Fueled by Deathcast.
I found my own voiceover classes at 14. My parents did pay for it. I got lucky. I found good ones. I rubbed elbows with the people that had the career I wanted. I would work out on Saturday afternoons and mornings with the top 6, 7, 8-figure actors in voiceover. And I just decided, if I'm going to play with the big league, I got to rub elbows with the big league and not with people on the same boat as me or smaller boats. And I think everybody should do that. No matter what it is you want to do in life, go to the top and emulate. And if they studied here, study here. Most successful people, no matter what they do, will tell you, I didn't take no for an answer. I never stopped learning. And I'm working just as hard to stay where I'm at today as I did to get here.
Not only are you learning from the top, like you said, but you're meeting people in Dawes' class that are some of now the top. Like correct me if I'm wrong. In your class with Dawes, isn't that where you met Nancy Cartwright?
Yes. And I knew Bill Farmer because we had the same agent at the time. But Bill studied with Dawes. Mona Marshall. Lucille Bliss, who was Smurfette, would come by for a workout. Janet Waldo. Penny Singleton, who was Jane Jetson, would come in for a workout. Corey Burton studied with Dawes. Patty Paris. Oh, my God, I can go on and on and on and on. The people and he had a workshop in his backyard, like a guest house. And he walked in and it looked like Hanna and Barbera had vomited everywhere. It was stuffed animals and animation cells. He was the only voiceover teacher I ever studied with who said the A word, which is acting. And that if you physically play the character, the voice will follow. And he would demonstrate it. When he would do Yogi Bear, he would stick his chest out because that's the only way he could do it. And if he would try it like this, it didn't do the same. It didn't have the energy, but this does. And he would do, I don't do a very good Dawes voices, but Huckleberry Hound, how did this Huckleberry, he would just get real, just kind of stone-faced, because that's Huckleberry Hound. It's something I teach my students. If you physically play the character, the voice will follow. He was brilliant, and his class was a handshake or $10, whatever he had that week.
I'm going to throw it back to our friend Bill Farmer, and also someone else that I super respect in this industry, one of my favorites, Rob Paulson. They both talk incessantly about how it is little v, small a, or I'm sorry, little v, big A. The acting is the big part, and you realize that at a young age, and you started not only studying voice acting, but you started studying acting and improv and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I did 3 years at the Groundlings, and I did 2 years at a Meisner Conservatory after I was already a working voice actor. When I got into the business, many voice actors came from radio. And when I got into the business, if you wanted to do animation, there were 3 networks with Saturday morning, a handful of syndicated shows. Disney might have released an animated feature once every 5 to 7 years. And today, there are primetime cartoons again.
Yeah.
We've got 24/7 cartoon networks, a variety of them. Yeah. We've got streaming cartoons. There's more work today than there ever has been for somebody interested in doing animation. So the fact that I did break in when the odds were so against me was pretty cool. But you're right, it's acting. Acting is, I didn't make this up, this is Sandy Meisner. Acting is being truthful under imaginary circumstances. The audience has to believe those words. The audience has to believe that even if you've rehearsed, this is the first time this character's ever said it. Acting is reacting, even though when you do a feature or a game, your scene partners aren't with you. It's just you and the director. You have to sound like you're reacting. I tell my students that 80% of animation is in the imagination. You have to see it and voice it, see it and react to it in your head. So to have the acting skills, whether it's a cartoon or a commercial or a promo in voiceover, it's essential.
You now teach. And did you just fall into that? Was that something that you always looked towards doing, or was that just kind of like haphazard, like, okay, now I'm teaching?
Had no desire.
No desire.
No desire. I was doing a play back in the 80s, and in my bio it said something like, my day job's a voice actor or something like that. And this guy came to the dressing room after the show, and he said, listen, I'm opening up an acting school. Would you like to teach a cartoon class? And I said, no, not really, but thank you. I had no experience doing it, and I wasn't qualified. And then I got a call from the SAG Conservatory. And they said, your name's been bantered around by various people that you might be a cartoon voiceover coach. I said, no, by whom? And they just said, offhand, I don't know, but are you interested? And I said, well, what do these students pay? And they said, it's like $10 a year. And they got a different class every night, everything from improv to voiceover to scene study. I said, what do you pay the teachers? And they said, no, it's a volunteer thing. I said, that I'll do. Because if I suck at it, I won't have Jewish guilt about taking money. So I did that for a couple of years. And I thought, okay, I'm pretty good at this. I'm enjoying this. I called the guy at the acting school and I said, I'm yours if you still want me. And he said, okay. So I did his thing for about a year and a half. And then I went on my own. And I've been teaching now for 33 years, I guess, something like that. So but on my own for at least 30. So, and I love it. I only do it because I love it. It's not a major chunk of my income. I only do 3 classes a year in Los Angeles and weekend classes around the country every once in a while. Voiceover is so competitive and animation is so competitive. If any director or casting director needs a voice, all they need to call is one talent agency. Atlas, CESD, DPN, SBV, AVO, William Morris. You'll find your cast. They audition everybody from every agency because they want to see who's out there. People have, whether it's voiceover, ballet, singing, I call it the it factor. Within the first 4 seconds at the mic in my class, my thought will be matter of time. I've only thought that maybe 2 hands worth, two hands and fingers worth 10 in 30-something years. Quentin Flynn, from the moment he was at the mic. Max Middleman, from the moment he was at the mic. Misty Lee, the moment she was at the mic. And that's who I'm thinking of at this very moment. But awesome. It literally is like that. Yeah, there's that it factor. And I would never tell them that. Right. Because I didn't want them to get cocky or too sure of themselves. But I will tell you that when you're working with a former student, that's why we do this. It is the coolest thing on the planet. David Shen, I did a cartoon. I can't say what it was. We signed an NDA. But he took my class first in New York. And I told him there, I did a weekend class. I said, buddy, you're so good. You've got to get to L.A. Now, some will and some won't. Right. The ones who really want it will do anything it takes to get into this business. He did. He came out to L.A. and he took my 8-week class. And that first class, session that we did together, there were 2 of his teachers, me and Debbie Derryberry. And it was like, it was a special moment because it was a major studio and a major release and animated features. So that was really cool.